Hi, Allie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for coming out today.
Well, thanks for having us in your studio. And we have a special treat today, so I'm really excited.
So, yeah, I'm making candles. Today, I'm working on some of our dripped beeswax candles. So this is the finished product here. First off, we have the core that we've poured. We put a wick through. This wick is actually from Home Hardware. Thank you, Rajats.
That's great.
As well as the molds that we use is PVC piping. That's
Perfect.
Made in Canada too, so it's recycled. So we put the wick through the candle. I already have a few of those done. Mm-hmm. And then when we're done with that, we put it over here on these little stands. And we use... Temperature is everything when making candles. Temperature is everything, and you have to work with the weather. In the winter, things go so much quicker. This time of year, just getting this to cool down takes double the time.
So you have your candles on just plastic cups there.
Yeah. I just keep reusing them. They just need a little stand to sit up on because you can see as the wax runs down, it has to run freely all the way.
So, Allie, I'm going to try and get in here without losing connection because we're right by the door.
Yeah, so you just run the wax down the candle and just repeatedly do this.
How many times do you have to do this to get...
Each candle probably gets dripped probably 4 or 5 different rounds, depending on temperature of wax. If your wax is too hot, you could stand here doing it all day long. It would never build up. If your wax is too cold, it will just clump and cause a giant mess. Candle making is very messy, yes.
And a lot of patience, yeah. I'm sure.
I love dripping. When I first started doing this, the first 2 days I did it, I thought I might go insane. I don't know how I could stand here and do this all day long. And then somehow it just became very relaxing and I don't even notice the time passing.
So your product has actually, we were talking about this. I remember when you first sent a candle to the Walking Dead set.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we're big fans of the show, and I thought those candles have to go somewhere. So I just sort of did some research and found a contact and asked if I could send some candles, which was well received. And since then, we've been their supplier for candles. So it's been since 2016, I believe. And we've had probably 5 different orders over the years.
That's amazing.
Actually, and our latest one, this is new to us, but learning about candles on film, is a double wick. So if you can see there, it's 2 wicks, so then it burns brighter and shows better on TV.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so these were actually leftovers from our last order from them.
That is so cool that you're located right here in the municipality of Tweed.
Yeah.
And you're selling all over the world. Well, a lot of stores in North America as well, the sets. Tell me some of the stores that you are in.
Across the country, Moon Snail Soapworks in Prince Edward Island is one of the first stores that took us on, and we just love them. We go out to Prince Edward Island every summer and visit the people and the candles, and we love it there. Out in Vancouver, Victoria, BC, the Good Planet store has been a great customer for many years. Vicki McCullough did a neat picture the one day. She was in the Northwest Territories airport and they had the candles there.
Oh, that's right.
And she shared that to me, which was really neat just to see that. So yeah, lots of different ones.
That's great. And you have a great website.
Yeah, we mainly just do wholesale. Like, we don't sell out of the shop. Mm-hmm. It's kind of tricky with my working hours down here and not really space to have a retail store. We have discussed the possibility of building a proper shop and having a little store in it too, but that's down the road, I think.
So you do all sorts of, so you do buy your beeswax not only locally but on the West Coast as well.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's all Canadian made product.
Once you get into making a lot of beeswax, the Ontario doesn't have as much beeswax and beekeepers as, say, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Mm-hmm. Out on the prairies, it's huge because they've got the land, right?
Right.
So a lot of our wax comes from a guy in the Ottawa Valley, And then sometimes we buy from a place in Manitoba as well, Hillview Honey Works.
And you've, over the years, have definitely experienced, oh my goodness, what am I supposed to see? Live video out. Experimented with different aromas and such.
Yeah, so that was kind of our own little unique idea. Beeswax is always traditionally just the plain gold, but I'm a big coffee drinker, and one day as I was down here at work, I had a pot of wax melting, because you can see on the stove there, I just melt in pots, and I thought, I wonder what would happen if, so I poured coffee grinds into it. And I learned quickly that they have to be dry because they were wet, and the moisture in the wax caused a volcano.
Oh no!
Went all over the front of the stove. You can show the front of the stove if you like. It's embarrassing because it's messy, but people think it's
This is cool. This is your studio.
Perfect.
It's a hard-working studio. You guys.
Oh, my scraper.
I just hope we're not cutting out here.
The pots always sweat beeswax, you can see, so it's always coming off, so I'm constantly scraping the wax off the stove, which creates this spill, which does look kind of neat.
It does look, yeah.
It's very messy though, but that's again just to keep that clean.
Your candle making studio. And then you have all of your, show us how, so you have your wax right here.
Yeah, that's what I've got left. I'll probably be buying more in October.
Okay, and then this is where you break it apart.
Yeah, so our breaking block, because these big pieces have to get into, I won't bang because that'll really echo, but you just use the mallet, bash it until it comes off in pieces. All different types of wax. It depends what the bees are pollinating in terms of what color you're getting. Also how it's filtered. So this is like my favorite when it's the rich gold and you can smell the honey in it still. That's probably only been filtered once, maybe twice. This is raw. You can see the color difference too. So it's very sticky when you break it open because it's raw. This is ivory, charcoal filtered to remove all the honey and propolis.
Is this what you use for, I think, your lavender?
Yeah, that's for my lavender. And as of right now, I've just started doing plain ivory too. I've had quite a few people request this.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I custom make it for a few different people, but I thought I'll just add it to the line and then everybody can get it. And then this is for tea lights. So see how light that is?
Yeah.
Triple filtered, because with the tea lights,
No, that's okay.
the little wicks that we use, it's a cotton wick, and if there's any gunk in your wax, like any extra honey, it won't burn. It took us a long time to experiment and figure that out. These are the tea light molds. You make 100 of them at a time.
Wow.
And I would make them and then test burn and they wouldn't burn.
Oh.
So we finally kind of figured out on our own to get triple filtered wax, use that, then they burn perfectly.
Well, you're so talented. I love it. I can't believe that this is actually in our municipality. We have so many talented artisans, and it's...
Well, Tweed has a history of beeswax, too. The area in Marlbank, there's the Flonians, and I think a lot of people in Tweed have worked for them. I noticed over the years talking to them, and then Tweedleby as well. And
yeah.
Well,
your product is at different home hardwares.
Yes.
That you can buy close by. And then also at the municipal office, we're fortunate to have some candles there if anyone wants to purchase them locally. And this is just so cool. Thank you so much, Allie, for letting us in.
Thank you, and I'll send you home with the dripped one so you can experience that and then see what you think of it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Allie.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.